Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Why do we say Guru is amazing? Why do we say Guru is just perfect? And we would say that word poora means not perfect, but it means nothing missing. It means it's complete. It is best described by looking at what Guru Sahib gives us, the vision and the tools. Now, on a personal level, he's giving us the most amazing vision of what we are to achieve as a human being or as a Sikh, which is to basically merge back with our Creator and become one with water. Whilst giving us his vision, Guru Sahib is also giving us then the tools to achieve that. And let's look at those tools just step by step, and then we'll come back to what Guru Sahib's vision is for society and how amazing that is, and what tools he gives us to achieve that, what methodology, what examples he gives us to achieve that. So at a personal level then, we've seen the vision, what Guru Sahib is giving us, but what are the methodologies and the tools that he's giving us? Well, let's start first with Gurbani. Now, Gurbani is amazing in the fact that Guru Sahib made a whole new language, and not only did they make a whole new language, they also wrote part themselves, and not just talking shabads, which are hymns which are on a particular topic or they were inspired by, but they actually wrote whole parts like Japji Sahib, Sukhmani Sahib. The amazing thing about Gurbani is it's not just telling us the way, so it's not just giving us the wisdom for this way of being enlightened, but it actually is the path. So by doing part, we're learning this wisdom, but also we are focusing our consciousness upon this truth, and we're almost taking a bath of truth. We're just washing ourselves with this amazing, beautiful, enlightened truth, and that's what Sikhi is trying to do. It's trying to uplift you, and part will do that. Gurbani will do that for you. Now, Kirtan is something which is just amazing. This Guru are taking this amazing classical art, which was probably one of the highest forms of art in India at that time, and even today music remains one of the most widely loved forms of art and expression, and they've taken that and they've made it the technology to uplift you. Now, we all know that our soul loves music. When we listen to music, it can really give us the emotion that the music is full of. So Guru Sahib is trying to make us fall in love with Vaheguru and really go deep into that love. What better way to do this by making us fall in love through music? It's the fastest way of speaking directly to our soul. And I've experienced this, and other people have experienced this, that when you go to a Kirtan program and you sing those songs of truth, but specifically you're singing them in the congregation and the Sangat of everybody else, it can really change your world for you, and you can have some amazing experiences. And that's really what Guru Sahib is trying to get you to do, is fall in love with God. But if you take it from just Kirtan, take it forward to Rag Kirtan, you will see that this technology is so amazing. It's like the most sublime form of music ever, and it's designed to really speak to your heart in ways that we can't even understand. One of the things why Guru is amazing is that they are enlightened, and we know that because Guru Nanak Dev Ji was enlightened directly by Vaheguru, and we have the historical records by Bhai Gurdas Ji, which says that Guru Nanak Dev Ji basically went into the river Bain, and when they went in, they actually went into the court of Vaheguru in the Darbar, and when they were there, they were given the Amrit directly from Akal Purukh themselves, and told that you are now the Guru, and I want you to go out and spread this truth to the rest of society. And really, Guru Sahib has come on that mission directly from Akal Purukh, so we can take strength from that. And when we say Guru Sahib is enlightened, he comes with this strength of Gur Prasad. So he has the ability to enlighten us, and he has the ability to do kirpa upon us. We can actually appeal upon that Guru, and Guru Sahib is able to hear our prayers even now. And that's the key point of having a Guru. What's the point of having Guru? You can't ask for help. And we have a Guru, we can ask for help. And the Shabad is the Jot of Guru Sahib. Guru Granth Sahib Ji itself is so amazing. This is our Guru, the 11th Guru, the Jot of all the Gurus. It's just amazing. It's divided by Rag. It's not divided by any chapters on certain topics. You can read one Shabad, and a Shabad will have so many different aspects to it, just like life is not just one chapter by chapter, but it's all together at the same time. And I remember once I was talking to this lady who was a musician, and I was just telling her how Guru Granth Sahib Ji is divided by music and not by chapters. And this lady, she was American, she was from Christian background. She actually burst into tears. And well, I personally don't know that much about music. I'm not a rag expert or anything. And this lady, she was an expert in music, and she burst into tears because she couldn't believe that something so beautiful existed, that a religious scripture would be divided by music, placing music central to how we feel and the emotions that we feel, and that being the way to God. How amazing is Guru Granth Sahib Ji? We've got writings of 30 other saints within Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Some of them were from a Hindu background, some from a Muslim background, some who were of no religious background. Guru Sahib is saying, look, this wisdom, it's the truth. It doesn't matter where you come from or what background you come from. The truth is the truth, and it will be everywhere. So for us as a Sikh, just the Guru Granth Sahib in itself behaves in a way that makes us free from this idea of religious superiority. Because let's face it, so many people are full of ahankar, proud of their own religion. I'd say that even the t-shirt that say proud to be Sikh, it might even better we say grateful to be Sikh, because the beauty of Guru Granth Sahib Ji is such that we should be so grateful that we have that as our Guru. God is above religion. And effectively Sikhi is above religion, because we're trying to rise above those divisive influences and into something which is much bigger. One of the amazing things about Guru Granth Sahib Ji is, just like any Guru whom you can ask for advice, you can ask the Guru Granth Sahib Ji for advice, and Guru Granth Sahib Ji will answer. And now the method for doing this is very straightforward, and it's not something which is I'm making up. It's prescribed by Guru Sahib. And that method is simply by doing ardas in front of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, making a prayer. You can then take a random reading from Guru Granth Sahib Ji at any point. And the ang that it opens on, whichever ang it opens up on the top left hand side, that shabad is the message for you. And in history and also in the lives of the people that I've come in touch with, the Hukamnama has been hugely influential and has provided really key messages for the Sikhs at that time when they ask. And Guru Sahib does answer. And one of the things that in a lot of the camps that I've been to, which I think is great, is that they actually explain the Hukamnama every day. And you'd be surprised how many people are moved to tears just by how beautiful that message is, that really resonated with them because they were seeking that advice. The Gurmancar, for example, is an amazing mantra. Simran is something which is prescribed to Sikhs. By Gurdas, he explains that Vaheguru Gurmancar hai jap home koi. That's a gift from Guru Sahib to us. It's an amazing mantra. So we should really chant it as much as we can. And the other thing which is really amazing about Sikhi, about Guru at a personal level, is the Gurdwara. You have to understand the context of when the Gurdwaras were actually created. At that time, they were revolutionary. To sit down together and have food is an act of revolution. And it was an act of revolution 500 years ago. And even now I'd say that a lot of society is very divided, and having food together, regardless of what religion, what colour, what caste, how rich, how poor you are, and there you learn about equality. And also you learn about seva, the joy of serving other people. Guru Sahib wants us to experience that. Now, it's important that we apply it in society, but at a personal level, when you go to Gurdwara, there's so many opportunities to do seva, like washing up, clean the floor, clean the toilets, help out in the Gurdwara, do Chaur Sahib di seva, clean the shoes. All these opportunities exist in the Gurdwara because it's basically the training ground for a Sikh. Learn about equality, put it into practice. Learn about seva, put it into practice. Learn Gurbani, learn about spirituality, and put it into practice. Two more things. One is that Guru Sahib never made a mistake. If you look at their lives and look at how they lived, they were just perfect lives. Not at any point do we see the Gurus making a mistake that we can say that was wrong. As a Sikh, it gives me great strength that I never have to worry about my Guru having made a mistake. I can just look at the example and say every single thing that they did applies to me, and I can learn from that. Every single shabad they wrote was beautiful and amazing. Every single action that they took, again reinforced their principles in life. One amazing thing about the Gurus was that they passed on the Guruship. Why is it so important that the Gurus pass on the Guru Gaddi? Well, because basically ensure the survival of Sikhi. We weren't fixated upon the one person, we actually started becoming attached to the light, the wisdom, the power that Guru has. and it flowed through all the Gurus. So we go from Guru Nanak, and then he retires effectively, and again Guru Angad becomes a Guru. So the Sikhs now attached to Guru Angad Dev Ji. Then it becomes Guru Amar Das Ji, and then Guru Ram Das Ji, and Guru Arjan Sahib Ji. And every time the Sikhs are now being more and more attached to the Guruship rather than the Guru person, and then the light and the wisdom rather than the one person. And that human body would fade away, and the light still continues, and now we can see that the light is inside Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and the wisdom inside the Guru Granth Sahib Ji really is the amazing thing about the Gurus. They actually put so much power and so much energy inside the Granth that now the Sikhs can stick to this eternally. The Shabad is not going to change, it's going to stay that way. And also we have the Guru Khalsa Panth, so we have the ability to be modern and flexible with the Panth, but we also have the light, which is always going to be pure and beautiful in Gurbani. So those are at the personal level, the tools allowing us to put that vision into practice. The vision for the world is amazing. Guru Sahib is saying, look, let's create a world based on compassion. Let's create a world where people have freedom, and let's then make an army of people who are dedicated to bringing that about. Nagalpur ki Fauj. Guru Gobind Singh Ji didn't just say, okay, I've created the Khalsa, or I've created the Khalsa Panth, I look after the Khalsa. No, the vision for the Khalsa Panth is to rule over the world in order to bring about a Haleemi Raj, a compassionate kingdom where everybody can experience the joy of freedom, of basic human needs, education, and they have the freedom to do what they like as long as it's not hurting anybody else. And if you look at Sikhi, we are probably the most egalitarian and most freedom-loving philosophy out there. We don't want to create everybody into Sikhs. That vision that Guru Sahib is giving us is amazing, but then the tools and the technology to achieve that is also there. And then one of the biggest tools really is the idea of seva. You cannot think about the idea of stopping somebody coming into Gurdwara to have langar. And you would never think about not doing seva for somebody who was of a different colour, creed, or even religion. Now taking that example and applying it at a national level or a global level means that where we see injustice taking place, where we see people being deprived of the most basic human needs, then that's where we need to intervene. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, he says, "Hame ka jagat mein aaye, taram het Gurudev pathaye." I've come in this world to spread dharam. By dharam, it's not just religion, it's righteousness. Guru Tegh Bahadur is giving the example that you can give your life to save somebody else's freedom to practice their faith, and that is the right thing to do. Taking that example and applying it, the Sikhs have lived that. You see, these are people who are prepared to put their life on the line to achieve this cause. Many times we see in history Sikhs putting themselves at the forefront of freedom. When the Mughals were coming into to India, invading and then taking gold and women back, and women that were going to be put into slavery effectively, and the Sikhs would go and rescue them. And it's recorded even by Muslim chroniclers that the Sikhs would never take advantage of these women. They were led back to their own houses. If they didn't want to go back to their houses, a lot of them didn't, they stayed with the Sikhs, but they were given freedom. For example, the Indian independence movement, Sikhs were at the forefront of that. When Indira Gandhi imposed emergency laws all over India, the Sikhs were also the people that were protesting most at that time. Even now abroad, the Sikh charities that are coming about, like United Sikhs and Khalsa Aid, they're working regardless of just for Sikhs. They're working in all spheres that they can to uplift and fight for human rights for the whole of mankind. One of the things that Guru Sahib did for us is actually give us a lot of new traditions, a lot of new cities, temples. Reason being, what we have is two very big faiths that were competing to take over Sikhi. So Islam wanted to claim Guru Nanak Dev Ji as their own, and always as still now is claiming Sikhs are just misguided Muslims, and even the Hindus are doing the same thing. So Guruji already knew this, but it was happening in their time as well, is that they wanted to break free from these two and create something new, something innovative, something fresh, something which was not going to dissolve back into these other two faiths. And so what they did, they behaved like emperors. They called their court a darbar. They were very, very innovative in what they did. They made cities, the Kiratpur, Kartarpur, Taran Taran, Amritsar. These are all cities that Guru Sahib actually made. Anandpur Sahib. And on top of that, making those cities, they actually built new centers of worship for the Sikhs. Even the Harmandir Sahib is just an amazing building, given how it's structured. Look at 4 doors open to everybody. The architectural style of the Sikhs, the Guru Sahib was trying to basically change our whole mentality, our whole approach, and they gave us the tools to do that. Even the festivals that we have, Hola Mohalla, same time as Holi, but this time it's a Marsha festival. And all the Guru Sahib's birthdays, these all act to create a new culture. And the prime example of Guru Sahib making something new, innovative, is the Akal Takht. The Akal Takht is the throne of Vaheguru. So you've got Harmandir Sahib, which is the temple of Vaheguru, and then you've got the Akal Takht, the Takht being the throne. And who sat there? Guru Sahib. And who sits there now? The Khalsa Panth. The fact is that the Akal Takht was made by Guru Har Gobind Sahib. And the reason that it was made was to give us an ability to choose our own destiny. No longer do we have to be just subject to the laws of the land, but we're able to create our own laws, and actually act in a way that is in accordance with the Guru's principles, regardless of the society around us. And in fact, we will see that the morals of the Sikh faith, what we're trying to achieve, are actually far beyond what most countries and what most governments and what most societies want right now. I would say that the majority of countries are only looking out for their own interests, rather than looking out for the interests of all of society and all of humanity. And with Guru's Kirpa, the Sikh faith has been given this mission of Sarbat Da Pala, and that's what we're trying to achieve. And the Akal Takht and the idea of being united in deciding upon what we should do next is one of the key ingredients to us achieving that future aim. All that I've just said now is really trying in my imperfect way to think, to kind of present why I think Guru is amazing and why were they so perfect. There will be mistakes that I've made, many things that I've missed out, so my apologies for that. And hopefully Guru Sahib can bless us all with that wisdom that he has, and bless us all with living better lives, including me, hopefully. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.